Hey everyone, it's Carrie. Today I'm going to be talking about winter growing succulents. So the winter thriving plants that I'm talking about today is this Aeonium Schwarkopf. I had got these as a cutting and they opened up really well, and I've got one now that already seems to be closing up again, and I'm hoping it's still in its active phase and not going dormant, but I'm going to go ahead and get these potted up together. Now this is an Aeonium Kiwi, yes. This is my second Aeonium to own, and it actually hasn't done very well. I think it was beautiful when I bought it, but right now it's got a lot of little pups on it, but it hasn't thrived like I wanted it to. And then this one is Aeonium Emerald Ice. I love this one. I think it's very pretty and it's put on a lot of growth. So what I'm going to do today is to put all three of these in a pot together because they require the same care, the same amount of water, more or less, and they have the same growing period. So these are dormant in the summer. And I'm not going to go into all the details about growing Aeoniums today on these. I just want you to know why I'm planting them together, and that's because they'll be dormant in the summer and will need to be in the shade. I won't want to repot them while they're dormant. I want to do them while they're still active, and I probably should have already done that because today we're having temperatures in the 70s. That's a little bit abnormal for us, but you can really tell in my home, especially where my grow lights are, that the temperature has already risen in that room, even though it's usually the coldest room in the house. So I just want to get these done, get them repotted, and hopefully they're still in their grow period and they will thrive. But I think they need to be in a better draining soil mix, and that's what my goal is today, is just to get them repotted. So I purchase a lot of my pots at Burke's Outlet. They have just some interesting things in there, and they get a lot of new stuff in every week. And this, see, it has a flat bottom. It looks like concrete, but it's lighter than concrete. And it looks like almost like a broken egg, but although it's not in an oval shape like an egg. But I just thought it was interesting, and I thought it would go well with these colors on these Aeoniums. So I'm going to put part of a coffee filter down in the bottom to cover the hole. Now I also got another one of these pots, and it sits tilted. This one is just a little bit, but not very much. But I thought this would make a really cute pot to have with these. So when I mix up my soil mix, I put, I'm gonna say cups because that's basically what I used, was a cup measurement. But I did 5 cups of crushed granite and 2 cups of Miracle-Gro cactus mix. And that Miracle-Gro cactus mix has a little bit of perlite. It's not much, but I just wanted a very well draining mix. And I'm going to fill my pot. I'm going to put this Emerald Ice, I'm going to set it towards the front. And I want it to kind of be coming out of the pot. So we'll see how this does. I'm going to remove some of the root ball on this so I can get it to fit down in there better. Check for any dead leaves under there. Just kind of clean it up a little bit. And I'm going to set this down at a tilt. Just going to make sure the root ball is covered well. And it is, but I still have room for it to tilt out of the pot, and you can see the top of it instead of looking in at the side. Now I'm going to do these like a triangle. So that's kind of my spiller over this Aeonium Kiwi. But, I don't know if I haven't watered it enough or if it got just a little bit too much sun under my grow lights, because that can also happen. Just gonna work this around and get it into the side. So that one kind of sits up. That's almost a thriller. Now, these were 3 cuttings. And y'all can tell me, because I don't have a lot of experience with Aeoniums, but the leaves just continuously drop off, almost like they're dry. But we're gonna take this out and see what kind of root growth I've got on these. And I may have to take out some of my soil mixture because the pot's looking pretty full right now. Now, let's put on good roots. I don't know if you can see that. Now this is moist, it has been watered, although the other 2 were not moist at all. And I think I'm going to turn this like this so that this one is out to the side and I've got my 2 tallest ones in the back here. But I don't think I'm going to have room for all of this root ball, so I'm going to take this out. Just some of it. So it has just little fine roots, and you can see the end of the stems where they're sitting down in here. And then right here you can see some new growth that has come on this one. And then, like I said, all of these were closed up when I bought them. And I think I got these around Christmas time. So then they've opened up and they've put on 1/4 of an inch, maybe a 1/2 inch of growth. So I'm really proud of these. I hope they continue to do well. So I'm going to take out some of this. Let's get it fitting down in here. Squeaking in the pot. Actually fit in there really well. So I'm going to take a little bit of this soil mix because it's mostly this crushed granite, and I'm going to use this just as my top dressing because there was no soil mix on top of this, just whatever they were planted in before, and I want to get this in there and really get it draining well. And taking off some of that root ball helped. I think these colors really go well with this concrete looking pot. Now I will take these into my pantry and give them a really good soaking and then put them back under the grow lights. We'll see what happens. I think this is really pretty. And now I'm going to set this aside. To finish out this video, as you can see, I have some string of pearls here. And if you remember in one of my previous videos, and I'll put a link to it, I had bought 2 new containers of these because I'm going to be using them in my fountain. I want to plant the top of them with the string of pearls so that they'll cascade over. Well, I had one pot that it was doing really well, and I gave it a little bit of water, not much, and it's like the whole top layer on the soil just, it didn't mold. If there was any debris well, I guess some of the string of pearls actually rotted, is what happened. But everything on top just it just became soggy and yucky, and the plant started dying. So I went ahead and cut off a bunch of the strings so that while they were still healthy and not part of the soggy mess. It's the first time I've had any problems when I've watered any of my string of pearls. And these, some of them have, they've rooted a little bit and they've got some new growth coming on them, because these have been laying here for probably almost 2 weeks. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this terracotta pot, and I've got my coffee filter in the bottom, and I'm gonna fill this up. And this is my first time to plant from cuttings string of pearl. I have string of pearl that I bought, you know, plants, and I've repotted them, but I haven't actually done any from cuttings. So I'm just going to do like the rest of you do. I look at videos on YouTube and I find the ones that work for me, that I think that I would like to copy them. And I'm going to take any that have the little roots on them, and I'm going to take off like one pea, and I'm going to set it down in there and cover it with soil. And all of those like that, I'm going to put all around the edge of the pot. I'm going to fill up around the edge so that I've got a start on them hanging over. And then on these, I'm just going to swirl them around. Kind of want the bottom part of it to make contact with the soil. These will put on roots, and you'll have new growth in the center. And I'm just going to put all of these just because I have them. I'm not pulling off any more of the little beads, the little pearls. And then I'm just going to keep an eye on them. Make sure I'm not getting any more rot. And then hopefully these will take off and I'll have some new growth, and maybe I can even plant them in my fountain this summer. Okay, that's got my string of pearls. I hope this video wasn't too boring. It didn't seem like I had much to talk about today, but I really did want to get this done so that I didn't lose these cuttings that I had taken off. And then I wanted to get these repotted before they went into dormancy. And I know with the temperature rising that's what's going to happen with them. So I really like the way this looks. I think these are very pretty.